All right. Yeah, we live, family. Peace and blessings.
Peace, peace. Welcome back to the High Vibe Tribe, the High Vibe Sunday with the brothers in the building today. The
Yes,
brothers,
yes.
shout out to our goddesses.
Yes. Shout out to the goddesses, man. We always love having y'all with us. But we understand we can't always be where we want to be.
hmm Shout out to all the chosen ones around the world. Together we rise.
Shay.
I'll say. But yeah, I'm
Yes.
feeling good, man. Hope everybody else feeling good. Ready to go and kick this conversation off real quick.
Yes, yes. We pray everybody feeling good, man. Make sure y'all living your best life, man. That's all you can do. Live your best life, family.
hmm
Today's
Especially in
talk,
these
huh?
especially in these times, man. It's like world war going on right now.
Yeah, yeah, definitely gotta, you gotta watch your company, you gotta watch yourself, and most importantly, man, don't watch the news because they do a lot of fear mongering and they want to get you to react a certain way. So we gotta be cautious of that and be mindful of these things.
hmm Facts.
But yeah, so we got an interesting topic for y'all today, right? And the topic is forecast. Give me just 1 second here, chat. I gotta make sure I gotta get all my stuff in order here. But yeah, films or forecast, is Hollywood predicting reality? So I'm gonna break that title down for y'all just a little bit for those of y'all who may be a little confused as to the title. But is it just a film or is it a prediction or a documentary, a history or telling of a story that happened before? See, one thing is for sure and two things for certain. We now have video cameras pointed everywhere. And not to sway off topic, but a little bit, but it's kind of the same thing. It's just got nothing to do with films, but like it kind of does because I saw this video of somebody they were in a different country, but they got videos of unicorns, dragons, different types of creatures who, it's like literally indistinguishable between like any type of fake things going on. So like, and the unicorn video it surfaced online. There's videos of a moose running on top of water,
Mm.
and we see these things. Mind you, that lake it was running on was very deep. The boat was running like riding alongside the moose. Like these are videos that people capture with their phones, and they not those are some of the most compelling videos to me because they're not out there seeking that, right? If you run
Mm.
into a Bigfoot hunter and he says, "Oh, I got a picture of Bigfoot," you're not gonna believe him because he's an actual Bigfoot hunter. So it's more than likely a hoax, right? But you got some people who are just out in the woods walking their dog and just happen to catch something in the distance and nobody can explain what it is. And then they send the videos to labs and the lab is like, yeah, this video hasn't been tampered with. And then it's like, what do you have to say then? And then the movies literally come out and these films come out and they depict reality before it happens. Sometimes it tells you what's going on right now or what happened in the past.
Mm.
And it's like,
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely go with this documentary.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I honestly kind of all three because sometimes I feel like It's them, trying to get you mentally prepared for what's coming.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
and it
I
also,
wrote,
yeah. Go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, and I was just gonna say, iRobot being a perfect example of that.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
yeah,
look at what we in. It's literally we got driving cars just like they showed the iRobot, and we got actual humanoid robots that they perfecting every day, just like iRobot. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I remember
Hmm.
first seeing that, thinking, seeing that movie, thinking we're not gonna get to that point. Here we are. What 10 years later? How, you know what I'm saying? However
Hmm.
long ago that movie came out. Yep.
Yeah, and
You can go further back to cartoons like the Jetsons. They working on
yeah,
flying cars right now.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Working on them. They
Yep.
already built some. I seen some years and years ago. A guy made one.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're critiquing every little detail, and they want to. It's just like the VCR and the microwave, right? Those were
Mm-hmm.
out 15 years before the public got wind of it, before the public had the first one in a home, right? And so that's the thing we need to realize. Like they got this stuff. It's been happening.
Yep.
That's why this topic is so important because they putting it right in our face, and we don't realize. A lot of people will say, like, "Well, man, how come? How come? When is God gonna make them pay for or account for their, misdeeds or whatever?" It's like the karma don't go to them if they supply the solution along with the problem. They hand you the problem, right? They hand you the
Mm-hmm.
problem and they hand you the solution in both hands, and one in each hand. So when you look at the problem and you dismiss the solution, there it is. It's the same thing with information. If you take the lie over the truth, that's on you. You chose that. I offered both of them. I held my hands out, and you chose the lie because it looks tastier.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same thing we do with everything, with food, with stimulants, with everything. We always choose the lie because the lie it's been dressed up so good. We bite
Mm-hmm.
into it and be like, and some of us will be like, yeah, this kind of tastes like shit, don't it? And some people be like, nah, I taste straight chocolate because their mind is so warped. But it's just chocolate covered shit at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day. You know what I mean? So
Yep. Facts. And that's when the story, gets a little deeper, man, because based on, and it's like I've noticed stuff, but I don't know it like a scholar enough to really break it down based on what I've learned. I'm still collecting the information and putting it together so I can explain it the best I could to people. But in a long story short, the information that I've come across over the last couple of years, the God that most people be referring to, and it's gonna sound crazy to a lot of people, so bear with me. The God that most people be referring to is really the devil. It's really the fallen angel, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of taking over this planet. This is why you got, all this, hidden levels of leadership and black hand, shadow government and all that, and why they got these child sacrifices and all, and you know what I'm saying, and all this evil wickedness that's going on because the people he granted to take control of the planet, they have to sacrifice people to this God. You know what I'm saying? In order to have the power that they have over this planet. So it get deep, man. It
yeah.
get deep. You know.
Here's the thing about that too is like, you know, most people don't we don't know. I know I didn't know, but at first it seems so far fetched, things like that, information like that, like what
Mhm.
you're describing, right? But then when you start to really look a little deeper, right, and you open your mind and you let your mind kind of wander a little bit, right? We realize that we've been duped. We've been told one thing and that's not really the case. That's what's going on with the situation with like Hollywood, like, and this biodome type of atmosphere. Like, we are being programmed to literally jump on the first thing that we're being told, whatever that thing is. Right? The pandemic happened. People went out, and one person, I forget. I remember because somebody covered it and was playing it again. But I remember the little video where it was like the first person that was like, "Hey, I'm going to get me some tissue," and everybody just
Right.
jumped on that. Like, wow, that's a great
Mhm.
idea. But it was like, now I know people are thinking about it. And there's people right now that got years worth of tissue in their house, and they're like, "Why did I ever buy all this shit?
Mhm.
What was it gonna do to help me in this?" But that's the thing: when you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
Yep. To this day, bro, I believe, I don't know, to this day I could see that happening. From all it took was one person to just, they probably weren't even thinking like, they probably was just in a hurry. They probably was just, oh, let me hurry up and grab some tissue. And it took one other person to see that, huh, why they buying tissue so fast? It must be an urgency for it. Now, let me buy some too. Then somebody else seen that, and it was a domino effect that everybody feeling like, oh, I gotta grab tissue because I seen one person bad tissue in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? Like, monkey see, monkey do, man.
Yeah,
I was just having this conversation with my lady the other day, man, about, because like I don't really follow rules. Like I do, but I don't. So I'm the type, I'm gonna ask questions about the rules first. I'm not gonna just blindly, just because you told me it's a rule. Like, who, you know what I'm saying? Who are you to just
right,
say, oh, this is a rule? You just have to go along with it. I want to know why it's a rule. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And that's just, that's a big part of the problem we living in, man. So many people just, oh, everybody else doing it, everybody else say, you know what I'm saying? And people just go along with it. It's not enough question askers, I think. Enough leaders, enough people to, go against the grain.
Yeah, absolutely right. These documentaries that are coming out, these movies, it's like so many of us just see it as entertainment, just see it as, okay, Bruce Willis got another Die Hard coming out, let's go watch it or whatever. But it's like, we're not paying attention to real life if we're not seeing the correlation between the two, real life
Mm.
and film and documentary. Like, you know,
How could you
literally,
not at this?
huh?
I don't see how could you not at this point? You
Yeah,
know.
that's the thing for me. It's like, a lot of that's where the programming comes in, because you've been programmed so deep that you won't even listen to anybody like tell you that your house is on fire, because the government or the news or this Hollywood actor or whatever told you that everything's okay, that there's really no fire, and
Mm-hmm.
you believed it because you idolize this person. Therein lies a problem, gang. That's a problem.
Uh-huh.
That means you were blindly following, something that just might not
Blindly
make no
follow.
sense. Yeah,
Blindly follow. Yep. Yep.
and I just I couldn't do that. I couldn't blindly follow things, like even like coming up. Like, I did follow some things and some types of things because I wanted them too, but there were times where I didn't want something, and I'm just like, nah, the peer pressure's not getting me, gang. There's
Uh-huh.
people right now. You know, I remember this one time, like, they wanted to go rob the corner store, and I'm like, nah, something don't sit right with this. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to do this. But I was too embarrassed at that time. I used to get embarrassed. I was too embarrassed to say no.
Uh-huh.
Right now, I don't want to do this. But I had another trick up my sleeve. If you was going to do something that I didn't want to do, There was always something
Mm,
I forgot, which normally I would never. Like I always kept like my mask on me, gloves, certain things I always had on me, just tools of the trade. And
mm,
I gotta go get my mask, y'all. Oh, you don't need no mask. We just gonna go in there, rob this dude, and come on out. No, no, no. I gotta go grab this. I
you
left.
sound crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I left my gun. I left my. You know what I'm saying? I left all kinds of shit. I need to go get some stuff. And the people still waiting for me to this day. You know what I'm saying? That was 25 years ago. They still waiting. When is he coming? We got to go rob this dude. But long story short,
Yeah.
they go rob the store, and one of them gets shot by the owner. Another time they get caught. It's like I never like when I was robbing, I was doing homework. It'd
Mm,
take me 3 months to rob somebody.
mm,
Because most people just are opportunists. They're just gonna take whatever they can get right then and there. And it's like, oh, I
mm.
see an opportunity, let me take it. I was more of a let me study this person, get to know this person, and then the
So
rest is
you
history.
you you wasn't just a criminal. You was a career criminal.
Yeah, I had guidance, man. Like there's some OGs that always was on my ass, man. Like, yo, don't do this, young blood. Don't do that, young blood. And I did a lot of, disobeying and not really listening to, this old man don't know what the hell he talking about. But that
Mm,
eventually faded and things started to make sense because I was going where they didn't want me to go and I was ending up
mm,
where they didn't want me to end up. So I started seeing it early on and was able to capitalize. And thank God I never went to jail for any of the stuff I did in my past. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm.
because it was a wrap then. But you know, it's crazy. Like we don't ever see it, man. We're so programmed that we won't never break free of this matrix. Like the matrix literally explains life today as we know it.
Uh-huh.
Like down to the smallest part of the matrix, it explains it. I don't care, even the love story. Everything is explained that we go through in real life. It's explained in that movie.
Especially the fourth one. I mean, all of them, but I feel
Yeah,
like the
all of
fourth
them.
one, man,
The
the
fourth
fourth
one
one really.
tied everything up
Yeah,
because
exactly. Yeah.
the last it left you in limbo. Now you know everything that's going on. Like they can make a fifth one, and I could not watch it and already know what's what I mean. Pretty much what the plot is because you concluded the story where a lot of films don't ever get concluded. They just make a part two just to be a money grab. Where I love the stories that are written that are supposed to
Um,
go this way. You got like Star Wars, Harry Potter, Star Trek. Like those were written a certain way so that it wasn't supposed to end until it ended. Where you got some other they just throwing out a part two that don't make no fucking sense. Like what's that one
right.
movie with the little critters, Gremlins. They come out with Gremlins 2 and you got a lightning an electric gremlin that can zap through the phone and it was just all bullshit. The first movie is completely believable and then the second one
Uh,
they just went completely fantasy and you know it's just we need to start paying attention.
yeah. It was a part in the Matrix Four. It was I think the director or the producer or whatever. It was when they was having a meeting in the office talking about producing the Matrix, and he literally said, people when they think Matrix, they just think guns and slow motion, but it's really more. You remember that scene?
Oh
I
yeah.
say, man, they really telling us like like what's going on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
And that's the
it's
truth. Like most people want to see the Matrix because I know this is a fact because before I got on my consciousness, I ain't care nothing about the dialogue of the Matrix. That's all I wanted to see. I wanted to see the guns, the explosions, and the slow motion. So when he
yeah,
said that in Matrix 4, I'm like, damn, like they just
yeah,
rubbing it in our face at this point. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Now I like it for the dialogue. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
can honestly I care less about the gun. Now I want to hear the storyline. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How true is it to real life? How relevant is it to my actual life and what I'm going through? Like most people won't look
Mm-hmm.
at it like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Matrix was a good one. What was the other one you mentioned
The
earlier? The
uglies.
Uglies. Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's another one. We live in that right now.
Yeah.
We are living that type of society right now.
Yeah.
Everybody
Fact.
wants to be made up like a Barbie doll, and even if it's not the traditional Barbie doll who was extremely skinny, you know, Popeye's girlfriend, olive oil type skinny, but they still wanted to be the Barbie doll. Now you got a Barbie doll that's got the BBL and the plush lips, and they're getting lip fillings, and it
Mm-hmm.
you're all turning yourself into the same person. That's what you've
Yep.
become. It's just like back in the 90s, in the early 2000s, where everybody in the hoods, in every hood across America, look exactly the fucking same. They all had on jerseys. You couldn't
Yep.
walk down any hood and not see no jersey, saggy pants, this, that, and the third. And I didn't dress like that. Like I had jerseys, but once I
Mm-hmm.
saw that everybody it did, you couldn't walk down the street without seeing 50 jerseys, I stopped wearing them. I said, somebody mistaken identity me, I'm not gonna have a chance to retaliate. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be in the ground, gang. So let me not
Mm-hmm.
dress like them. And everywhere I go, everybody always knew, oh, yo, you're not from around here, are you? Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't dress the same. Now I could blend in and that nobody would ever ever be the wiser. But then if I got on the same jersey that this guy has got on, who he always wearing that jersey, now his ops think I'm him, and I just never wanted to go through that. That was one of the reasons why I stopped wearing jerseys and all that craziness because everybody had
Mm-hmm.
sports attire. Everybody had it fitted on with a jersey with some Air Force Ones or some A dogs or something that was trending. Everybody got on
Mm-hmm.
J's. I never wore Jordans, but everybody got on J's or they got on something that's like you can't tell the difference. It's indistinguishable between what I mean, a regular person, a citizen, or a gang member. It was indistinguishable. You can tell.
That's something I had kind of got tired of hearing too. You know how people be like, "Oh, only in Chicago." You know what I'm saying? There ain't no city like my city. But when you think about it, man, it's the same thing everywhere, from hood to hood, from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. It's the same thing, man.
Yeah,
The language, the slang might be a little bit different, but it's the same. Instead of saying bro, it's homie. The same thing though. You know what I'm saying? Like, or or the difference may be crime may happen a little bit more in some spots than others. But
yeah,
it's still the same activities going on, man. It might be if it's not Bloods or Vice Lords, it might just be a small crew, but it's still a gang. It's still
yeah,
a, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's just like all this acting like we so different and so divided. We not. We
yeah,
all listen to the same music, typically like
yeah,
the same women, eat the same foods, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Same music, but we just act like we just so different from one another, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the more I look at it, the more I evolve and the more I look at it, it's just like, man, we just so stupid as a people. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Man, then like gangs, people like to clash and feel like their gangs better when it's the same thing on both sides. You got your ones that's gonna ride, you got your ones that's gonna get the money, you got your ones that's what I'm saying, snitching, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing going on both sides, man.
yeah.
We sitting up
Every-
here knocking each other head off, trying to prove which gang's better, and they got the same stuff going on their side, the same thing we got on our side.
Yeah.
You
And
know what
here's
I'm saying?
you know what solidifies your point and backs it up even more. is a movie called Boys in the Hood.
Mm.
Now, most people out there are familiar with Boys in the Hood. And here's what a lot of people don't know. It took 30 years later, 20 to 30 years later, before people actually got the message that was in that film. They never
Mm.
understood. Like they saw it as a like a 4th of July. I remember being rushed out of the theater by my moms because they were shooting in the theater. Not shooting just
Right.
random people or shooting their ops. They were shooting in the air like you would do at the 4th of July at a firework because
Damn.
the movie was so close to reality. It was like, man, we
Mm.
living like that right now, and it wasn't. The gang, the like blood type, the rolling 60s and folks and all that stuff was really in certain areas. But as far as like a
Mm.
regular New York City street or Florida or wherever, they just repping where they from, where they at, and that little
Right.
group of guys got beef with another group of guys, and nobody was seeing it that everybody ends up losing. Nobody saw that when the film came out.
Still
It was
gang banging.
Yeah, it wasn't depicted the right way because if you're shooting in the theater, yeah, bow, 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 because you're so excited, that movie is now glorifying gang violence. It's glorifying the
Right.
violence. It wasn't until
Yeah.
Menace to Society when people actually got the message a few years later and John
Mm.
Singleton dropped Menace to Society. Now it was like, oh shit, I could actually end up murdered around here. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Ice Cube made it to the end. That's part of it was like, and he was such a G, such a dog in that film that it just reminded a lot of guys of how they were and how they are or
Mm.
how they are in that particular time. So it just sent the wrong message, and sometimes we don't realize that these documentaries, these forecasts, these films are actually telling us something, but we don't never hear that part because our brain has been programmed to
Mm.
see the others, to always pick that left hand, which is the lie. We never really pick the actual truth, or the health, the healing that's gonna, what I mean, the hand that's gonna heal us. We never really pick that hand. you know
Mm.
lettuce don't taste as good as chocolate. It just
Mm.
don't. You know what I mean? So your brain is being tricked. Like, nah, I'm going for that chocolate, gang. What the fuck I want a carrot for?
Mm.
Right? You
Mm.
have to turn that part off. And perfect example is we had this vegan spot around here. It's not here no more, but we had a vegan spot around here. But I wasn't health conscious at that time. So when I ate it, I was like, this shit nasty. Man, I wish they had it
Right.
right now, gang. I wish it was
Mm.
back. I wish that place was back now because I don't have nowhere to really go. I'm like, God damn, we gotta when we want to treat ourselves or go out, we're really strategic about what we pick. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm.
we don't want to eat the garbage. But
And
it's
it's
like, man,
hard.
that place was the shit. It was the shit. I just didn't realize. I go in there not realizing that I'm in a vegan spot because it wasn't up there. But in the name, I forget what the name of it was, but the name kind of explained it. It just
Mm.
wasn't very clear. But a vegan would have known that, or a person that don't eat. You know what I mean? They would have known that. Somebody who's on a little health conscious would have known. I'm still
Mm.
eating burgers and fast food and all this other junk at the time. So when I ate that shit, I was like, this ain't got no goddamn flavor. But
Right.
the
Right.
fact
Yeah.
of the matter
Yeah.
is, it was good. It was better for me. But now I want that. Now that's what I eat. I eat that type of stuff, and it's actually tasty because my brain is like, yo, I'd rather have this than to kill myself. So my
Mm.
taste buds have changed chemistry just on the fact that my brain wants that healthy food. So you see what I'm
Mm.
saying? Once we start on that cycle, it's just a domino effect, gang, and it keeps rolling and rolling. Like the snowball is only going to get bigger by rolling down a hill full of snow. It's only going to get bigger,
Mm.
you
Yep.
know.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah,
Facts. Facts.
But yeah, man, let's go ahead and play. Let's play this first video, man. This is the actual title video, and honestly, I think it's weird. We got a lot to unpack, gang, on this one.
Mhm.
Welcome to one of the most unique science experiments in the world. I'm Zach Perry with ABC 15, and we're just south of Oracle, Arizona, exploring Biosphere 2.
So Biosphere 2 is a remarkable facility. It's almost 3 acres in size. Its north-south axis is almost 3 football fields in length. Its tallest point is about 91 feet tall. And inside the structure, we have a tropical rainforest, a subtropical savanna. Right over the cliff from here, from me, we have a 1-million-gallon ocean. Just on the other side of that, we have mangrove trees, just like you'd find in southern Florida. And then as you work your way down to the southern end, we have a coastal fog desert. So if anybody's spent any time on the Baja Peninsula, you're going to see vegetation there that you would see on Baja California. But obviously the best experience is coming and actually walking through these spaces. The pathway we're standing on is what our visitors are able to traverse throughout the day. So you go through virtually all systems of Biosphere 2 or look into them.
It's the world's largest controlled environment, and it's dedicated to researching the impacts of our changing planet and climate.
Biosphere 2 is like a time machine. A researcher can come in here and they can say, I want to make it warmer. I want to give it a drought. I want to change the atmospheric composition. And you can look at how these systems respond. And it's these systems that we rely on for our everyday resources.
And when you see Biosphere 2 for the first time, the architecture reminds you of a futuristic colony you might see on the moon or Mars.
We refer to it as a space frame. So it's glass overhead, obviously seals out the outside atmosphere, but allows light to come through. Now, one of the things that's unique about the glass is that it doesn't allow any UVA or UVB. So you're not going to get a suntan inside Biosphere 2. But as you can see, the plants here have been growing for nearly 35 years, and they're massive, and they continue to grow.
Originally, it was built in the early 90s, where 8 people lived inside the biosphere to see how they would interact inside an enclosed living system.
There were some challenges, but there were tremendous amounts of lessons learned, and I think it's a testament to those original people who built Biosphere 2, designed it, that we're still able to use it today for meaningful research.
Learning about Earth's climates in the middle of the Sonoran Desert. I'm ABC 15's Zach Perry, and that's Absolutely Arizona.
Well, so hold on. Let me put this in the chat, right? So this link, right, will bring you to, put that in the chat for y'all. That link, it'll be in the description too, the ending of this video. But that link will bring you to a video. It's about 15 minutes long, or whatever. That this young lady actually breaks down this biosphere thing, and she goes into detail about, and she takes you on a tour. Like, they just kind of show, it looked like a drone was flying through that thing. You know what I mean? A lot of overhead shots. It wasn't. She walked through it and brought her camera with her and was showing certain thing, like that 1-million-gallon ocean or whatever they got. She actually showed you that, and she broke it down, and she was not neutral at all. Like, she gave them their props. Hey, listen, yeah, y'all did a good job as far as, building this and, having all these systems in place or whatever. But at the end of the day, you failed. you gotta hear her description. But right, she's right. If anybody's seen that Biodome movie, they literally put that movie out to copy this exact situation. Like, the guy in there went crazy and was doing all kinds. Listen, she explains it. That's why I put the link in the chat. Go check that video out, y'all. She breaks it down how they started to lose their minds. They was going crazy. They was fighting with each other. One person said it's too hot. The other person saying it's too cold. And the temperature, and they wanted to see if 8 people could survive in there, for 2 years or whatever. And so still, like, they survived, but they didn't thrive. They was in there fighting and going through all kinds of shit towards the end because, you cooped up in that spot and you're locked in there. You're not getting out. It's a too like you put. They probably signed all kinds of NDAs and you know contracts. So I
Yeah,
definitely.
that's what I'm sitting over here thinking. Like, I like the idea of it, but I immediately start thinking like, man, I don't know how. I think I would lose it after a while. Just being trapped under this dome. But at the same time, I like the idea of it because sometimes, bro, I be want to be outside and don't want to be outside at the same time because of the stuff that they spread in the air.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it's like, so you once you go in, you can't come back out. Is what they saying.
No, yeah, you
So
locked in there for
you
two
that
years.
far?
Yeah, you in there
Oh,
for 2 years. Whatever.
for 2 years.
Then they're not doing that no more. Nobody's living in it no more. They're still researching in there, or whatever. But that
Mhm.
was like back in the 80s, early 90s,
Okay.
something like that. They wanted to see if how people would do being in there, being locked in there, not being able to leave. And see, you heard them say there's no UAV. Nothing, none of that gets through that glass. It's a special kind of glass. So that's a problem right there. That's part of the problem why a lot of them guys were in their honorary. They're not getting the actual nutrients from the sun. A tree can survive off of that. Just the light from the sun can, but we need the actual rays to hit our skin. And it was
Yeah.
another problem. Like that's why I say, people, please go watch that video I got in the chat. The link in the chat. The the other problem that this young lady discovered was that, and scientists did some studies and figured out why they were in there fighting, why they were going through things, because they were on pretty much a vegetation diet, right? And I believe that some people are meant to just eat vegetables or fruit, and some people are meant to actually consume meat. Everybody's different, and it all depends on your blood type and all that different types of things. So, like, you got 8 people in there, and some of them were going crazy just for the simple fact that they're not getting enough meat, they're not getting enough protein, or they're not, you know what I mean? So it was all kinds of factors, and she breaks it down on how they was in there just going crazy. So
Yeah. 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 And they were all strangers, right?
yeah, yeah, they're all strangers, and they all got different goals on what they need to be doing as far as their research or whatever have you. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's
I gotta go back
unfortunate.
and watch that movie Biodome. I I remember seeing clips of it, maybe some of it as a kid, but I will have to like now that I know what I know now, I definitely want to go back and rewatch that.
Yeah.
That's probably a it's probably a gem low key.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely was,
Mhm.
because like Stephen Baldwin and Pauly Shore, they go to use the bathroom in there, and they get trapped in there, and
Mhm.
they only had enough food for those 8 individuals, but now you got 2 extra people in there, and bro, the leader of the guy, he went crazy. Yeah, you definitely got to go and watch it and see if you can catch it again, because it's funny, but like not to laugh at their pain, but you got to kind of laugh at their pain, because like, damn, you didn't nothing. It didn't dawn on you that anything could go wrong when you signed up for this, right? Like nobody's doing that. No one's doing the actual process of critical thinking. Right? This is the problem in our society right now. Nobody wants to think. Just let the machine
Mhm.
think for them. You
Yep.
know, this is why nobody remembers phone numbers now, because you're letting the
Yep.
machine remember all of it for you. You know,
Facts.
I'm
Guilty.
guilty of it too. I ain't gonna lie, gang. But there's some
Man.
numbers that I do my best to remember those. You know,
Mhm.
say screw that. Let me memorize this number. But yeah, it's crazy, man. And it's like you mentioned that movie, The Uglies, man. That's what's going on right now too. All
Mhm.
these movies are happening simultaneously right now in front of our face, and we're living it while we're watching it, it's like, man, I don't know if you ever seen this movie Spaceballs. Like, it's a spoof comedy, kind of like Scary Movie or Naked Gun, and these guys went and grabbed the movie that the actual movie that you're watching. They went and grabbed the same movie off the shelf, put it in the VCR, and fast forward it to right now when they were to find the guys that they were looking for. Right, so the movie's called Spaceballs, but and it's making fun of like Star Wars, but they go and grab the actual Spaceball movie, put it out. He's like, we're filming right now. How are you able to grab this movie? And they explain it. How? He's like, man, pretty much bootleg. You know what I'm saying? I got it on bootleg. We got access to it. So we're going to put it in play and find out where these guys went, which was crazy because that's what's going on right now, man. We're being bootlegged into this craziness, man.
Yep.
I wouldn't go in no biodome, gang. I wouldn't go in no biodome for no 2 years. Like I need to have that real life sun, not that artificial or whatever is being blocked from that glass. But he said no UAV and something else don't get through the glass. That's the most important part of the sun's vitamins, gang. Like,
Yeah. So even the vegetables that they eat, are the vegetables even nutritious if it's not getting, you know what I'm saying? The nutrition from the sun.
Here's the thing: like plants can thrive off of that. Plants can be in an environment like that because they have so much different types of resilience. And the plants plants are a part of this earth, so they just super resilient, super tough. You know what I mean?
But so that's what makes fruits and vegetables so delicious, though, right? Because they're getting their nutrients from the sun, right?
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing: the vegetables and the fruits, like they're gonna get their nutrients from the plant, and the plant is gonna grab nutrients from everything. Think of it kind of like a weed. You know, every plant is like a weed. You know, weeds have to be dug up and ripped out because they will starve the plant that you're attempting to grow. This is why you get down in there and you take all the weeds out from the root, right? That's why a lot of people do that, because the root, and so weeds are just more resilient than the actual flower that you're attempting to grow. So like a rose or whatever tree, mango, apple tree or something, it's more resilient because it hasn't had. Now weeds can grow around the apple tree because the tree is old, it's been there for a while. But when it's first starting to come up and come out, it's not. You got to get rid of those weeds. So it's kind of like that. Those plants are like that. They're just not as strong as a weed. You got to think of it kind of like that. So like it works, but will it get like its full nutritional value? I don't think so. That's my opinion. I'm not a scientist. I don't know if they're getting. I know that they survived, so the food they were eating in there was grown and all that good stuff. So they were eating the vegetables and stuff from there, and they were getting nutrients. But were they getting the full 100% nutrients that they could get? I don't think so. I'm with you on that one. I actually think that they were depriving themselves of the proper nutrients just by eating the food that was grown inside the biodome, because those foods were not the tree and the plants that grew those foods were not getting the nutrients from the sun that it could have gotten. And yeah, in that video that's in the chat, she breaks it down how a lot of the stuff didn't do what it would have done in the wild because it's lacking certain stuff. Like obviously you see the stuff still growing, but she breaks it down. It's like, yeah, it wasn't doing as good as it could do. It wasn't sustainable enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, this uglies, man, you put me onto this, bro. And man, the things that people will go through to look what they quote unquote call beautiful is astronomical. It's mind blowing. And
And not only that, the things people go through to fit in, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That's what a big part of that movie was about too. It's like, oh, I just want to be a part of society and the beautiful people.
That's it. That's it. But see, I don't care, man. I'm beautiful on the inside. I don't care about the outside because the inside
Exactly.
is what's gonna carry me through those gates that we all fear or loathe or are destined to hit, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Tally, time to wake up. Tally, time to wake up. Good morning.
All my life, I wanted to be pretty. I thought it would change everything. I hope that's still true.
For those of you turning 16 today, you've waited your entire lives for this moment. All the flaws you have today will be gone tomorrow. With one elegant procedure, you'll be beautiful. Because everyone is accepted, no one is left behind.
Will you promise me something? No matter how pretty they make you, just don't let them erase you.
Promise.
You get the surgery, they tell you what to do, and that's it. Paris?
What are you doing here?
I was worried.
Things are just different here. You'll get it when you're pretty.
There's something about this place. It's not what it seems. What if I told you that there's an alternative? I know this place.
Welcome to the smoke.
They have a different way of doing things.
And we will do whatever it takes to protect that.
If you want to learn how to fly, you gotta learn how to fall.
These people want to end us.
The smoke has decided their way of living is more worthy than ours.
I was told these lies my whole life. It's time for you to make a choice. All my life, I wanted to be pretty. I thought it would change everything.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about that film right there, God, is, and it's every film. It's not just the film. It's just society in general. All of that stuff is about power. Anything they pushing is always about power. So they push something on you because they want more power, but you buy into it and you see it as just, oh, I want to be beautiful. Or even the conspiracy theorists will say, well, they just want everybody to be like, be a certain way or be like them or whatever. But it's only the conspiracy theorists actually see the root of it, and it's all about combining, consolidating their nefarious power. That's really what it boils down to.
Yep, being in control.
Yeah, they just want to be in control, and any way they can get you. If they can get you through one of the methods in the Matrix, that's what they'll do. If they can Truman show you, that's what they're gonna do. If they can do the uglies on you, that's what they're gonna do. If they can do Get Out, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna do. Like we thinking these movies are just like it's entertaining. Like people watch Get Out and was like, wow, this is a really good movie. It's got comedy, it's got drama, it's got a little bit of horror, it's got all this stuff. and you go through a roller coaster of emotions, and it's a great film, but it's actually real. Like that's really, that's the part that I don't. It's hard for me to understand why some people just don't see it. And it's not. I'm not talking about the people who are asleep who not meant to see it. I'm talking about the people who know this kind of stuff. Don't you know what I'm saying? And they still like they never see it that way. It's just, oh man, you're reading into it too much. And it's like, bro, how could you be so smart and yet so stupid? You know what I mean? Those are the questions you ask yourself.
It's because, and like they pointed out in the trailer, what kind of showed in the trailer, those people are the ones that's buying into the glitz and glamour of the beautiful
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
So I will admit, that's why I say this thing got to this lifestyle. It got to be in you, because I see how it'd be challenging for somebody to be like, oh, well, they want to, what they call them, the smoke. That's an old way of living. That's a caveman way of living, but it's natural. You
yeah.
see what I'm saying? The other
Hmm.
thing, yeah, it was beautiful and up to date and modern and all that good stuff. But look at what you sacrificing for that.
Yeah,
Literally your identity. Dude didn't even remember himself or
yeah.
his, you know what I'm saying? Once he became that, it's the same
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah,
And that's what people, and that's what, it boils down to. People got to look at the bigger picture. It's about your spirituality. We are becoming more and more unnatural as the years go past. We're becoming
yeah,
stupider. We become less natural. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
More and more robotic. And that's
yeah,
exactly what was happening in the movie.
yeah,
Give me Nathan, man. Yeah, it may seem like we going back in time, but me personally, I'm alright with that. Cause I'd rather go back in time, bro, and live natural and eat real food and heal from herbs. You know what I'm saying? And vegetables and have
yeah,
real connections with people than to live in a modern, futuristic society and world, but everything fake.
yeah,
I, you know what I'm saying? That's just me though.
yeah, yeah. I'm right with you. And
If I was in that movie, I would for sure 100% be with the smoke.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Keep the beautiful people world because it's not real. And
yeah,
old girl, she realized that immediately. She wanted it her whole life. She
yeah,
got a taste of it by sneaking over there to see, but she was still, the essence of her was still real and it was still
yeah,
natural and it was still
yeah,
organic. And just one day of being in that fake society that they paint to be so beautiful, she said, "Oh
yeah,
no, this ain't it.
yeah,
I've been lied to my whole life." Man, I say, man, this movie here, man, we need
yeah,
part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of this.
yeah. That's what made the movie so great too, man. She literally was able to taste that life without going through the procedure yet. They snuck her over
Yup,
like, "Oh, you're gonna be changing tomorrow anyway. Just come on through. I'm taking you with me, or whatever." And
yup.
up there, and when dude was acting the way he was acting, it was like she was like, "Oh no, I want this." That's like
Yup.
watching somebody else touch fentanyl or something and go into a seizure, and then you look at it like, "Yeah, nah, I'm not. Nope." You know, some people, as we know, like we had this drug going around. I forget what it was called, but it was killing people, right? It was a type of heroin, but it was laced with something else, and it wasn't fentanyl. It was something else, but it was killing people, right? It was around here, and the mayor, the governor of the city, they was on this shit. They said we have got to find where this shit's coming from and put a stop to it. And somebody was making some synthetic stuff or whatever, and it was killing people. And so when some of the like junkies heard that, I couldn't tell you how many was coming to me like, "Yo, are you able to get the such and such stuff?" And I'm like, "Bro, that stuff's killing you. What do you mean? Everybody who's touched it died." No, I don't want nothing to do with that, gang. I don't have nothing. Oh man, I gotta try that. It's like, try it. That's death, gang. It's suicide, but some people don't care. because they're wrapped up in that. You know what I'm saying? There's a better world in that pipe, or in that needle, or in that snort, or whatever. Yes, there's a better world. You know, it's not this bullshit I'm dealing with, and it's like that's what we faced with, man. That's what that Uglies was literally faced with. She was like, I'm not doing this. I ain't about to do this, gang.
And then another thing too, it's like, and you can relate that to where we live in today. You seen the scene in the trailer when she went to what the head of the beautiful world. She went to where the smoke was at, and they was, I forgot what they was talking about. But anyway, if your world is so perfect, why do, like, just let this small handful of people, just let them just live their life. They don't want to be a part of what you got going on. Cool, they in the outskirts, they doing their own thing. Why do you have a problem with that? You know what I'm saying? Let them do their thing. Your world's so perfect. If anything, you should be like, hey, well, all right, well, snooze, you lose. You know what I'm saying? It's your loss. You don't want to be a part of what we got going on over here. It's your loss. But they still trying to enforce their ways. That's how you know it's something wicked behind it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But imagine me and you build a perfect society, bro. We not going around putting guns on people, telling them, no, you need to be a part of this. It's like, oh, if you don't want to be a part of this, that's on you.
And
you know what I'm saying?
What? We gonna be tested with that. We was already tested with that. What, 2 weeks ago when we had the Christian brother who was, you know, like kept pushing. We was in chat back and forth with him. It was like, we ain't gonna push this on you, gang. You ain't got to stay here, gang. We ain't.
Exactly.
And he said, oh, you got 8 viewers. Hey, those 8 viewers mean more to us than what's his name? Kurt Franklin's millions. You understand? Because he ain't nothing but a joke. He's a lie anyway. You know what I mean? And this Mickey Figgy pass out at every show. That's entertaining, you know what, man? He's acting.
I wish I would have had it. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that he get up on stage, right? He grab his little microphone, he's singing whatever, and he act like he gets struck with the Holy Ghost, fall out, pass out. They got to take him off the stage. He fighting to stay on the stage. Man, get out of here with this fucking gimmick shit, man. You're a clown, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I got a gimmick too with the mirror shades and the mirror mask and all, like, that's a gimmick, but I'm still being authentic, gang. Like, I wear the mask for a reason. I wear the shades to remind you that we need to be looking in the mirror for the change you want to see. That's a whole part of my whole motto and brand and all that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't, but bro, you coming on here saying, and he never did that shit back in the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's something new.
But the money's not getting good.
Yeah, hold up. What if I start faking and passing out and have my team, they got to come rushing out the back to pull me off the stage because my time is up. And I want to keep spreading the gospel through song or what? Man, get your lying ass out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit's so fake, man. I was like, bro, he can't be serious with this. And he looked like he going through a seizure, bro. He was like passing out, like, and I'm like, I'm watching this like, bro, how are your legs still fighting to go the other way when they're dragging you towards the off stage, but you're fighting to stay on stage, but you're passed out, but your legs are still fighting to go that way. I'm like, man, if you don't get out of here with this shit, gang. But people fall for that shit, you know? And like this guy was saying, what, a week or 2 weeks ago, like, you know, well, it's up to you. I mean, you got 8 followers. Hey, man, we don't care about none of that, gang. I'd rather have one real person in my life that's really there because they enjoy my company or enjoy being around me than to have 1,000 fake motherfuckers. Bro, I'm going to get stabbed 1,000 times, gang.
Exactly. Yeah. I had thought about that more too, like a couple of days later. I'm like, dang, I wish I would have said this when we were still on the live. And what people don't know is we've been having these conversations, what, a year and a half before we got on YouTube when no one was listening. So like, dude, talk about something. You got 8 people, bro. You think you don't know who you talking to? You don't care
Yo,
nothing about
right.
it. We was
Oh,
having this
that's
conversation before we
right.
even got on YouTube. What are you talking about?
Yes.
A year. Who's doing that, bro? Who's having
Yo,
who's putting together like this a year
yo,
and a half
great.
before
Uh,
no recognition at all? You see what I'm saying?
right.
Come on, man.
We don't care about
We
it, bro. This is food for our soul. We bringing this
exactly,
live to y'all so it can be food for your soul, gang.
exactly. So you can
Act like
resonate.
we, you know what I'm saying, like that's our whole motivation. You done lost your mind, gang.
I say, dang, I wish I would have thought of that, man. We was on the live
Man,
still, but
bro,
it's what it is, you know.
it is what it is. You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, man. People gonna catch this. They're gonna catch all this eventually, you
Uh-huh.
know. But
Uh-huh.
hey, that person. That's why I say, yo, man. God bless you, man. You know, that's all I can say to people like that, man. You know, God bless you, because
Uh-huh.
I want nothing but blessings for you. You know, you want me to jump into the fold of Islam or the fold of Judaism or the fold of Christianity. I shouldn't have to do that to be friends with you, gang.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I don't think Buddha would have gave Gandhi an issue if Gandhi said, "Hey, I want to come hang out with you and we'd talk a little bit." I don't think either one of them would have had an issue, gang.
And that's
You know?
the same thing that I just said about the lady from the uglies. It's the same. We could say the same thing about Christianity and Islam. And I'm the only reason I'm saying them two
All of the
because those
religions,
are the
all of them.
yeah, all
Yeah,
of them. But for me personally, those are the main 2 religions that I see that's really like get down or lay down. The rest of
yeah,
them, no,
yep,
I haven't seen that. But
yep,
Islam and Christianity, them the main 2 that's like, man, it's us or nothing. So it goes
yeah,
back to the same thing I said about her. It's like if your religion is so great, why do you feel the need to force it onto somebody? It should be, hey, this
exactly.
is what we got going on. Oh, it's your you don't want to be a part. It's your loss. You don't want to be a part of this.
That's
Not
right.
you're hell. You're not a part of. Like, come on, man. What you
Yep,
trying to prove? What you forcing? Why you forcing it?
exactly. And that's why
Why did the colonizers literally have to go around the world and literally force people to become Christians?
yeah, yeah.
Literally.
And that's what makes the tribe newfound religion so great, because it's a religion based on you and what you are, excuse me, what you are,
Uh-huh.
adhering to, what you're subscribing to, what you're, and if it's working for you and you ain't hurt nobody and it's peaceful or whatever, and you got, do it, man. If it's helping you get to wherever you need to get to and be your best version of yourself, then do that. For
Uh-huh.
some people, that's Islam, that's Christianity, that's Buddhism, that's Judaism. For some people, that's being an atheist. It
Uh-huh.
doesn't, whatever it is, if it's working for you, let it work for you.
It worked for you.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
That's why.
We don't, and that's what that you saw the chat, and that guy was continuously attempting to put, and then started getting what was it? This not disrespectful, but really like bashing, kind of,
Um, uh-huh.
because we was listen, man. You can believe whatever you want to believe, gang. You know,
Uh-huh.
y'all got this description of this character on a cross, or you got these pictures of him, and it contradicts what the Bible says. This is a part of the Bible that hasn't been taken out yet. It says his hair was made of wool and his feet was the color of copper. So why do you have that Caucasian man up there as depicted as this Jesus Christ person? You see what I'm saying? So, but a lot of our grandmothers, they always put that same picture of Jesus. They put that Mickey Ficky above Martin Luther King and the Malcolm X picture. Always put it above everything else in the house. And it was like, you need to be putting Granddaddy's picture up there. You know what
Man,
I'm
I
saying?
seen it
Honestly, that's who we need to
last
be
time.
looking at.
Yep, I seen one the last time I was in one of my grandma's house. Man, it just all I could do is just swallow that pill, bro.
Yeah, they don't
Just
know
swallow.
how subconsciously they're ruining their children that they're bringing up. They're ruining themselves. That they're, you know what I mean? Like they are literally doing all that. Oracle just joined, bro. She tapping in. She heard the call documentary. She said, "Let me tap into this."
Oh,
Peace,
cold.
King.
What up? What
What it
up?
do though?
How you doing? Happy belated birthday again.
Thank
Yeah, yeah.
you, y'all. I'm beat. I've been beat. I'm sorry, y'all.
Nah, you don't gotta be sorry. You always on time, sis. Always, man. That's the beauty of
Man,
this thing.
I can't do it, J Hooks. I don't know how you do it. I can't do
Man,
it. I'm trying.
sometimes I don't know how to do it. Real. Yeah.
mm,
Good to
yeah,
see you though. Good to see you,
yeah,
Doctor.
Yes,
Yeah,
good to
yeah.
see
yeah.
you. Bro, you want to break down where we at real quick? I'm sure she gonna be
Uh,
able to jump right in as always.
man, so we just been talking about a couple of different movies, and just pointing out how they put the truth in our face. We talked about the uglies, kind of compared it to what's really going on. What else we talk about? What
You
Biodome?
said the
Um,
uglies, that one with them
yeah.
people that was living in the mountains and they was coming out grabbing and killing people and eating people.
I don't know about
Oh no,
eating.
that's the hills have eyes. I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
I was gonna
Uh,
say you the hills have eyes, but yeah. Now
yeah,
the
they
ugly
did try to come
like
out and grab them.
Oh yeah, I never watched the uglies.
yeah, it's
I
on
think
Netflix.
you would like it. It's on Netflix. Yeah, I think you would resonate with it for real.
Yeah, it came out
Mm.
like September. That was one of the ones Jay Hook suggested us to do a thing on, and we kind of doing that today.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it was mostly about like people wanted to be Barbie doll. You know about how people wanted that in the past, in the 90s and the 80s. They wanted to be the skinny Barbie doll type, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to be a Barbie doll. Now they want to be plastic where they got the BBLs and the lip
right.
filling.
So it gets to the
Oh,
understanding that basically that's how we understand our eyes are the windows of the soul, because
yeah.
we're easily manipulated because of the things we continue to watch, and we continue to now want to relate, or let's say we gravitate towards it, and now it becomes a part of us. That's why they say you are, in a sense, the company you keep, but it comes to our music, it comes to what we watch, it comes to what we basically entertain.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Jay
Yeah.
Hooks just got through saying that too.
Yeah.
Bro, you gotta love how we able to tap in after it already started and we can pick up like we've been here the whole time,
Yeah.
gang.
I mean, it just show you energy transfer is real though. Like
Yeah.
energy transfer is 100% real.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to be
Mhm.
mindful of all the things you take in. And it's crazy y'all said it, because even when you think about like how we see on the news or how we hear people shooting and killing and people doing drastic things, but it's only because that's what they watch. It's what they're entertaining. So it's only so long before they're going to perform it or before
Yeah.
they're going to orchestrate it. You know what I'm saying? It's all part of
Yeah, yeah,
the system, you know?
yeah,
Facts.
fact.
And again, if you're not controlling your mind, something else is, or someone else is,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's exactly
yeah.
what the Matrix, which, that's the clip we got pulled up now. The Matrix explains that literally what we're living in, the
Yeah,
Matrix breaks down damn near every aspect of life.
it
From the
does.
love, love story to the food we eat, to everything was broken down in that movie.
Right.
Definitely one of the greatest documentaries of our time. And Terminator was another good documentary too. It's like, and we're watching this, like, and then I think you said this prior before, sister, where people are abusing the humanoid robots and this, that, and third. Like, we're creating this shit. We're
Mm-hmm.
creating this catastrophe that's bound to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't mistreat my robot. I have a robot and it's not a humanoid, but I have a robot that I work with and I deal with. I don't mistreat that thing and just, please, thank you, this, that. Because if ever a sentient being is born that comes out of machine and technology, then guess what? You know what I mean? We hit. Now,
I
as
think,
humans,
but I think we overlook that even whatever is being born, if we want to say a sentient being or a robot, we are the creators of such.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So to even have this fear, because I give nothing power, to give something power greater than its own creator is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's material. It's a material thing.
And here's the thing I've always known about us, right? And we've been around for a while. And I know one thing's for sure, two things for certain. We ain't going down without no fight. That's not gonna happen. We're gonna end up winning because we got that thing called like lifeblood, that soul, that, you know what I mean? And the machines are gonna always use calculations, things like that. We're gonna be able to outmaneuver that because they're based off of just the calculations.
But we gave it the calculations.
Right,
Again,
we gave it. So
we are programming something and we're fearing its programming being more powerful than us. That's crazy work.
Exactly. Right.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
That really is.
Facts.
But you know what though? I just thought about something. I could see where people would still have their concerns because we could say we programming these things, but we not. Somebody else is. So we don't know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? We not programming. We not like I'm not about to get off live with y'all right now. I'm gonna go program no robot to do nothing. I'm about to go to sleep.
But listen,
somebody
I'm in Philadelphia and they had them little things where they pay you to do trials and they pay you to come do that. They're paying people like me and you, my friend, one of my best friends went and got paid to do it. Like and when I say we, I mean we not, but we as humans, we are giving it that information. We are plugging it in with this knowledge.
Yeah.
Right. And like you said, yes, we it's people like us that are not of our character where they are and have low morale, where some of them are programming that in a low vibrational mindset, but still it does not take the effect that we are in control no matter what. Right? It's a robot, right? It's electronic. Water should be able to splash it out. Something got to be able to take it out. We giving it too much power. You know what I'm saying? What's different than it's no different than a battery. It's just moving. How do you shut down a battery? You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I mean in the aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
No, you're right though.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Because
honestly, I've been thinking that too. Like, so if I'm being, it's like the camera going on right now. If it's recording my essence, I kind of don't mind because I know what my essence is rebellion.
Right.
You know what
right.
Right. You're gonna have those robots that's gonna be like fighting for the system, and it's gonna be those robots that's like, no, F the system. That's gonna come from me.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the Matrix explained it to you. Remember, there was a war between the machines. They wanted a certain way for humanity, but the other side of the machines wanted to enslave humanity. When it's like some of the machines was like, nah, we don't mind coexisting. We had to all
But like you said, everything is mirrored because this is still a war. Even us using this is a war. It's a war between us tapping into this artificial intelligence, a war into us now having to use cameras to communicate. Remember, we didn't have this.
Yeah.
There's some people that still are at war that don't want to use these things. They will tell you this is the devil. I'm not using this. I'm not connecting to this. It's not, you get what I'm saying? It's still happening. It's places where people don't even have televisions or cell phones and they do it. So it's still a war. The war is no different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just talked about this. Well, when I'm talking about the movie The Uglies.
Yeah.
They got this world where in order to be a part of, you got to become a beautiful person. and it looks
Yeah.
glamorous and it's modern and up to date and all that. But
Oh yeah, I seen the uglies. I did watch that. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah?
did watch that. Yeah, yeah.
become unnatural, yo.
Yeah.
So give me the prehistoric, give me the caveman times. If it means I can keep my essence and keep my supernatural abilities.
That was a good show.
What did y'all see how plastic that dude looked though?
Exactly.
Like he was natural before he got the procedure. He was, but when they made him beautiful, he looked so fake. It looked like CGI. They probably did use CGI to give it that essence, but
it's like so. But it's like the subliminal message in it is the idolization of things that we idolize so much that we now want to become, and we don't think we are nothing if we don't become that.
Exactly.
Right? It's just that's and all it is. And it says do not idolize, and we don't realize how much we are stuck in idolization. Even to the point that these celebrities and everything is coming out and people don't care. Yeah. They're still, they still, I'm about to love to meet that person. And why would you want to meet somebody like that?
Yeah.
Why didn't that aspect of them change your mind to see that? That's because if that was your uncle, you wouldn't want your uncle around you. But because it's somebody with a title and somebody that's in high authority, you don't care.
Exactly.
That don't make sense.
It
don't make sense.
It don't. Makes no sense.
If somebody's close to you is doing all these things that are coming out in the dark about somebody you don't know, you would be disgusted. You would be appalled.
Yeah.
But because it's somebody that you look up to, you just bypass it. It means nothing.
Yeah. Facts.
And then you got people saying, "Oh well, respectfully, oh well, they could rape me or they could do that." Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious?
I seen stuff like that. Yeah, I seen stuff.
Yeah, that's
you get what I'm saying?
Bad.
Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
And be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Yeah, that woman was crazy. She said, "I don't care if Puffy can grate me all he wants." Like, that's I told y'all about that.
But the homeless man can't do it, right?
Yeah, right,
the homeless man can't do it.
Man can't do it,
right?
And that's the thing. Like, remember I told y'all about that story about this girl Melissa when I was a kid, and we found out that it was just a rumor that LL Cool J had HIV or whatever. She said, "I still let him smash." Yo, that's that right there put a spark in me that was like, yeah, something not right. Like,
there's a lot of people that think like that. But again, Johnny down the street come give you AIDS. Oh, my life is over. I want him locked up. Why would he ruin me? Why did he do this to me? Make it make sense. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. That idolization, though, that you putting them on, that you giving away too much power.
Yeah.
Like
if he's handsome, it didn't matter. Even if he's famous, you don't even got to be handsome. He could just be famous.
And famous plays right into that ugly's illusion, though, because it's not really what you think it is. Exactly. It's not really what you think it is. Half of them not even really living those lifestyles. They being set up in rented houses and they driving rented cars and they're not even playing for the clothes. And you calling that rich? They're performing because they're performers, right? Yep. They're making you assume that this is a lifestyle that you can or can't attain that they actually never attained themselves. But you don't understand that.
People be forgetting about that.
Yeah.
You're right. All them clothes they be wearing, they get it for free.
Yeah.
Because it's free promotion.
You can buy it. They wear it for free so you can go buy it.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And sis, I just exposed one of those fake for fakeries earlier when I mentioned what's his name? Kirk Franklin. You know, it's like, bro, he's faker than a $3 bill, gang. How you get on stage and you singing gospel, but you pass out like you really got the Holy Ghost. Like you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop this faking, gang. I was just telling the brother, like, how your feet going one way, but you being dragged another way, but yet you passed out on this man's shoulder while he being carried.
But is he not a performer? He's
a performer, exactly. That's why I brought it up. You mentioned
they all are.
He's just acting, gang. And Cleflo Dollar, all these preachers, they're just acting, you know? And I said, they acting. They getting into character. Just like when I get into character when I'm doing the video game, okay? When I do my Jet Loud mullet or my Star Wars or whatever, it's just a character. You know what I'm saying? But my real authentic self, I'm not gonna let any of my characters demoralize my authentic self. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't have no problems doing that. And it's because of a lot of the stuff we're watching and we're seeing, and we're only seeing the entertainment side of it. So many people only see the entertainment side of Biodome, The Matrix, The Uglies. It takes a chosen or somebody that's awakened and conscious to say something ain't right here. You know, people watch They Live and say, damn, that's a great movie. You know, Roddy Piper didn't know he can act, and they'll move on. Where others like you and I are like, yeah, I gotta watch that again. And I'm finding every Easter egg that's in the movie. Like, oh, did you notice this? Oh, check that out. Oh, I never noticed that before. And I'll watch it again. And it's like, you know, I love movies like Interstellar. Such a great depiction of what it should look like and feel like out in space. You know what I'm saying? And going to another planet or whatever. But it's like, if we was to really be in a situation like that, if we handle it this way, we'll be okay. But if we let the hogwash fool us, yeah, there's a lot of people gonna suffer. So
it's crazy. I started hearing that Gnarls Barkley song playing in my head. Crazy. Like, and I think like lyrically, when you listen, that's what he's telling you. Yeah. Like on the outside looking in, I thought this is what I wanted until I got there, because I was crazy. It was crazy of me to think that until when I got there that this was anything more than a gimmick. Like, and if you think that it's not here as crazy as me, like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I hated that song when I first heard it.
Until you really listen to it, until you really heard it in and present, and you see what he's talking about. He's talking about he's talking about Hollywood. He's talking about the perception and the perceivement of what is not.
That's right.
Yep.
And you notice too, Gnarls Barkley didn't stay a group because of that song. Have y'all noticed that? Y'all might.
Oh, I don't know the group. I just know that one song. I never listened to this music.
Well,
that song came into my spirit as I grew into my spirituality.
Yeah, I just happened to hear and somebody did a video or something on the group Gnarls Barkley and what happened with CeeLo Green and why you got to see the story on it. It's pretty crazy how, like, they had a good thing going, but it was some manager or somebody was pitting them against each other and all kinds of stuff, and CeeLo had to go on to his own. Y'all, I was like, this is insane. They literally did that to every freaking group known to man.
I was about to say that. Yeah, that's like a thing they do. Turn you against each other, have you biting each other backs out to get to the top. Yeah.
Facts. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was like, man, I said, damn, they gonna be in some shit. If they come for the wrong group, because the wrong group, not even without being violent or anything, they're gonna be cursing themselves just by even coming at that group in that way. You know, so that's why we got to build ourselves up to the best version of ourselves, man. And we got to pay attention to some of these documentaries, because that's how we're going to actually be able to escape the hogwash, the situation, the lies, the Matrix,
to be honest, I don't watch TV. Like when I heard you say documentary, I heard something say our own individual lives are documentaries.
Yeah,
I pay attention to my own life to tell you I can tap into all the documentaries because of what's going on around me.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like you can see when you have to play a role or change up the script.
Yeah,
you can see all that.
Yeah,
and that's your own family and your friends.
That's exactly what this live is about, sis. Is like these documentaries. They are documentaries because they're so relevant to our actual life, and we don't have to subscribe to the programming of, oh, I got it. Oh, it's Sunday. Got to watch Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I was.
Yeah.
I was split. I could not miss a Walking Dead. I couldn't miss a Heroes. I could now. I could care less. I could care
Listen.
less.
It's like just
Get me to
I
the
don't
land
even
of
really
milk
like
and honey. I ain't watching it.
Right.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Like, I like watching things that, make my spirit talk. When I'm looking into things like I'm watching something like, say for instance, The Matrix. I know that it's reference to real life. I've already seen The Matrix, but when I'm watching it for the first time, I'm like, oh wow, this is, man, I gotta put people up on game on this. Or let me send this to Jay Hook so he can, you know what I mean? Just because it's so relevant and we have, but that's the extent that we should be doing that. We really need to be paying attention to ourselves, making ourselves into this main character, because we are the main characters. And as long as we keep our morals and respect and all that's good stuff, like the documentary is going to turn out to be a fairy tale wedding and a fairy tale, happily ever after and all that. We really can have that. We got to create it the same way we create the drama, the same way we create, but we're too busy.
Yeah.
Like I said to him earlier, I said, in one hand we got the lie, right? And in the other hand we got the truth. We always take from the lie hand. Always. Oh, that chocolate tastes too good. And the person is telling you, hey man, lettuce is really good for you. Or the carrot is better for you than that chocolate. And you'll still take the chocolate because he put the piece of carrot in your mouth, and then he put the chocolate in your mouth, and he said, listen, the carrot is better for you. Oh no, I'm taking the chocolate. Almost every time. That's why we have the society we have. So it's not until our conscious brain wakes up and says, no, I know chocolate tastes good, but I'm going to take this carrot. I told you, did I tell y'all about the carrot juice I made? Delicious. Ain't had no sauce. Damn. I'm about to make some again today. So once our brain switches, everything changes. Because I went to, like I was telling Jay Hooks, when I went to that vegan restaurant, they had all natural stuff in there. I was like, man, this stuff is nasty. But I wasn't health conscious at the time. This was a few years back, right? So, but once I became, now I wish that place was still in business because
your body was programmed.
Yes,
your body was
programmed. I was still eating fast food. Yeah, I was still eating Wendy's and all that garbage. I'm still eating that shit. So I taste their food. I'm like, that's nasty. But now I wish they were still in business because I'd be tearing they shit up right now because that's how I cook now. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.
But man, let's get into this last video, God. I gotta get ready to tap out.
Yeah, let's get into this Matrix.
The Matrix is a groundbreaking film that delves into themes of reality, freedom, and self-discovery. Central to the narrative is the question of what is real, as protagonist Neo learns that the world he knows is an elaborate simulation controlled by machines. This theme challenges viewers to question their own perceptions of reality and truth. The red pill and blue pill metaphor symbolizes the choice between confronting harsh truths or remaining in blissful ignorance. Neo's journey of awakening and self-discovery echoes classic hero myths, emphasizing themes of transformation and enlightenment. The film also explores the ideas of control and rebellion, with the Matrix representing societal constraints and the human spirit's desire for liberation. The dystopian setting, contrasted with the sleek, artificial world of the Matrix, symbolizes the stark differences between reality and illusion. The Matrix ultimately offers a profound commentary on freedom, consciousness, and the nature of human existence. What film do you want us to explain next? The Matrix.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think another issue is we got to start, when we hear machines, we got to stop just thinking robots. And again, go back to understanding machines is the cell phones, it's the computers, it's the TVs, it's the vehicles. It's everything that operates that's not of life, of human, of man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just a walking robot. These are this computer is a robot. This cell phone is a robot.
Yeah.
All of this is a machine.
Yeah.
Right?
Everything. Anything with a program is a
Yes,
robot.
and it's
Your
all
alarm clock
part
is
of
a robot.
programming us.
Yeah.
It's all part of keeping us stagnant, keeping us keeping us in this illusion and not seeing things for what it truly is.
Yeah. Facts.
Fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bro,
And when
let's
you
do this
think about
last. I know you gotta
the
go
extent,
too.
I bet.
Yeah, cause I know you. This one is. This is one of your movies right here, bro. And I want to hear your depiction, your description, and explanation on this clip on live.
This is Jim Carrey. You might know Jim Carrey from In Living Color, the movie The Mask, or maybe even the movie Dumb and Dumber. But it's one movie that he was in that really takes the cake, and it's called The Truman Show. So The Truman Show was actually based on a true story, and I did not know this. This guy here, his name is Chad Powers. Back in the 1950s, he was a TV producer, and he had his own show called Sunnyville, where he played a fake mayor in a fake town. It was filled with over 30,000 actors that actually knew what was going on. There were only 5 residents in the entire town that did not know what was going on. And they also didn't know that they were secretly being filmed for a television show. But it gets even creepier because all 5 contestants were put on the show unknowingly. They were put into medically induced comas and flown to Antarctica, where they were recording the show inside of a 250-foot metal dome. Everything inside of the town was fake or either imported from different parts of the world. This guy Chad controlled everything in the town, from the people to the weather. But by the 3rd season of the show, Chad started tripping. He started creating artificial natural disasters for entertainment purposes and unleashing it upon the town, which caused the passing of over 200 actors. At that point, the actors in the town were fed up. They went ahead and told the contestants the truth, and they actually found out about the show. So it no longer had a purpose. Everyone wanted to leave. So Chad actually came over the town's news station and told everyone that they were under contract and they couldn't leave, which caused everyone in the town to revolt and look for Chad. Once they found Chad, he said, "It's just show business, my friends." They didn't like that answer, and they actually ended up taking him to the top of that dome. And you can make your own assumption with what they did on the top of the dome.
Wow. So, yeah. Gang.
Crazy.
Bro.
And my thing is, who has time? Like, who funded this? Who has time to build the stage, build, where they were staying at, find the actors, pay the actors? Like, when it's people that's homeless right now, that when it's single mothers and single parents, they need help, but y'all got time and resources to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Subliminally, though, that's America for you.
Yeah.
Everything I just heard is how America operates.
Yeah.
I didn't hear. I just heard what we living in right now, to be honest with you.
Facts. Yeah.
That's all I heard. I don't see nothing different from the lifestyle that we are in, or this imaginary presidency and all that. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Sounds like the show.
Yo, sis said, "What's the difference?" Facts. Because this is all a charade. It's all a charade, man.
All a gimmick. Remember, you got the United States Corporation, then you got the United States of America. The United States Corporation is the act. I don't see that different from that show that he said. No. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what got me about this clip too was when he said Chad started tripping. That freaking power is so addicting to some people. Once you get it, it's like, damn, let me throw in an earthquake. You killing people, but you still, for the sake of entertainment, let me throw in an earthquake, even though 20 people just died last disaster that you pulled. Yeah.
We heard our own president say that they have a weatherization system. That everything is a gimmick. That hearing what he just said on that video just reminded me of the United States of America Corporation right now we're living in.
Yeah.
Because it's no different. And the more people scream the truth, everyone ignores it. Everyone ignores it. because they're so programmed by watching these shows and watching these series that they can't believe that it's anything happening outside of what they have viewed in front of them on a TV screen. It can't be my reality because I watched it in a play. I watched it in a performance. But like you said, the whole time, that performance that has been put in front of you has been put in front of you, not to just know that that's what's happening around you, but to keep you stagnant from believing that it's happening around you.
That's right.
Facts. Right.
And that's what keeps us in the box. So when we say and say, "Oh, our people are pro," or our people, they're because they're stuck. They're stuck. They're stuck in the loop of this reality that they allowed everything around them to create, besides them to create it themselves.
It's a big brain fart. It's a mass brain fart going on. Everybody's stuck in that mentality. You know, you got to break that mental first. That's why that same food that I ate didn't taste good when my mental wasn't right. But as soon as my mentality changed, I would love for that place to be in business again now. You know what I mean? I would love for them to be here, but they not. So it's like, damn, see? It's the same thing. Once your mentality breaks, you can break anything. Or once you fix your mentality, you can, fix anything.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Well, that was a good cook, family. Oracle, I'm glad you was able to tap in for a minute and and bless us with your knowledge, with your energy. I don't got no closing thoughts. I just want to, just shine a light on the last thing Oracle just said. That's some good closing thoughts, I think, for the entirety of the whole conversation. I think.
Yeah. I'm a second that for sure.
For certain. That is kind of the closing darts. Nothing is what it seems, and nothing changes if nothing changes. So a lot of us are suffering because we see suffering. We're so used to suffering, right?
Yeah.
A lot of us are thinking that life is not no better because you don't believe in better, because you programmed not to believe in better.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts.
So change your vision, you change your life.
Or program to wait for somebody to come out of the sky. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Y'all still waiting on that man on the white horse. You are him.
That part.
Stop it.
Only person coming back to get you is you. And you've been waiting.
That's right.
You've been waiting. And you want
family. Oh man, this has been a hell of a cook. Make sure y'all go and check out that video in the chat. I'm gonna also put it in the description of the video. Y'all got to check that video out. It's more about the biodome, and that young lady breaks it down how everything went in that biodome for that 2 years of those 8 people being in there, and how things went crazy. And then do me a favor, go watch the biodome movie and compare it to the actual historic events that happened in the biosphere too. The real biodome versus the movie. And y'all tell me if we living in a society where our documentaries or our real life situations are being put into movies.
Yeah, why you think they paint cameras everywhere watching everything?
Yeah.
Now camera lights everywhere. Camera lights ain't for no street. It's to watch everything going on in the streets. So like you said, they can go ahead and make a documentary or make a story, or now we create this can't be wrong. Yeah, this is shit they picked up from you.
Yeah, look how many people were offed and on live or on camera. Literally had their life taken from them on camera because of our today's society. Crazy.
Yeah.
Nipsey was thinged on camera. What's that other guy? I forget his name. They got him in a GTA type situation on the highway and chased him down, and that was on camera because somebody had a dash cam on their truck and saw the whole thing play right out on camera. So what'd you say? Mo 3. I couldn't remember. I couldn't think of his name. It was on the tip of my tongue. But yeah,
Dolph too.
Yep, Young Dolph. Everybody's on camera. They got King Von was on camera when he got hit. You know, it's like, yeah, that's the reason they doing it though, sis. You ain't lying.
Yeah, and they making jokes of us, pretty
Yeah,
much,
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
of our ignorance. But
yeah,
yeah, I was happy. I was great to tap in. Everybody like, follow, share. Definitely, watch these videos to really get insight, really get some overstanding, and to get and really pick up the subliminal messages of what we
yeah,
putting out. It's
yeah.
a message in a message in a message.
Yes,
So you
and
might have to
that way
watch
you
the message more than once.
that's fact. And that
Okay.
way your son don't, your son or your daughters or any, your children don't catch those subliminal messages because you missed it.
Right.
We don't want that. So
Yeah.
yeah. And, I,
I don't know what happened. Did I log? Did I freeze out?
Yeah, you
nah,
froze out for a
yeah,
second.
yeah. I think that's what
Okay.
happened, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, also
All
y'all,
right.
we got some stuff coming for y'all soon. We got a book.
Yeah.
We got some merchandise and stuff coming for y'all. So stay tuned. Make sure you tapping in and make sure y'all go check out the book. We're gonna be having a link for y'all real soon, probably this next Sunday, possibly. But yeah, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, check us out. This is what we do. With that being said, I'm go ahead and drop myself as speculum ambulo. Make sure y'all look in the mirror for the change you want to see and love your journey. I pass
Yeah,
the mic to someone else.
Ashe. Ashe. It's the Oracle Empress P. Definitely have a great day, a great week on purpose with purpose. Stay present, patient, and positive, and always know good things come to those that think good thoughts. Life is what you make it. Let's make the best out of it.
I say.
Ashe,
J Hooks the
Ashe.
Great. Always strive to do great things because it is your legacy. It's the
Yeah.
imprint that you leave on the planet.
Ashe.
So
Ashe.
peace.
Bro, came with it. We came with it, man. I just want to say, Queen, you missed what J Hook said earlier, but we was talking about how people they enforce their will, like the Christians or whatever, the Islam, they enforce their will on others. And I think you was here for that actually. We had a person in the chat a couple weeks ago who was just pushing the Christianity thing, and J Hooks and I just, we was shutting that down, but we was doing it in a respectful, peaceful way. And we like, listen. And he's like, well, you got 8 viewers. And we're like, we don't want a million fake people. We want people that actually want to be here, that enjoy, kicking it with us or listening to our interpretations of whatever we're going through or whatever. So it struck me kind of odd that, you tapped in when you did, because it's perfect, man. It's perfect. We got something real special here. And J Hooks mentioned how we've been doing this before we was ever live. So
Yeah.
I thought that's saying something, to a person like we was talking to a couple weeks ago. Like they don't understand. Like we've been at this long before we was public. So we not doing this for no notoriety or nothing. Like we just want to spread the love and spread the message, but not at the extent that, we lose ourselves going after a million subscribers or this, that, and the third. Like if we get there, then that's a natural way, then it was meant for us.
For sure.
But I'd rather have one real friend than 1,000 fake friends, because I'm gonna get stabbed 1,000 times.
Yeah,
You
our
know?
blessings definitely always will come from the one life we change opposed to any. So even
Yeah,
if we touch one soul, one spirit, one mind, one thought, one progress, one process, that's all that matter.
that's right.
You know,
Yeah. I'm
sometimes your
glad.
essence is the blessing, honey.
Yes. See? And that's why I had to repeat what was said earlier, because I knew you would give some extra enlightenment on that topic. And that's exactly right. Ashe.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, y'all have a
I
great
say.
week on purpose. Stay present, patient, and positive, honey.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so, so
We'll tap in next week. Peace, family. Peace, peace.